Hi friends, my name is Achyut and I'm from Vizag. So today in this class, we will try to solve another Java problem, right? So let's not waste time. Let's get into the class. So as you can see, I have written the problem statement, right? So now I'll just read the problem statement, right? So the problem statement is write a Java program to check if there is any subarray within a given array that has a sum equal to 0, right? And if you find sum is equal to 0, then you have to return true, or otherwise you have to return false, right? I hope you understand, right? So in the previous class, we had written code for subarray, right? Right? It's the same problem we have to write here, the same code we have to write here, but we have to include this sum, right? We have to include this sum, and we have to check any subarray which sum is equal to 0 or not. If it is 0, you have to return true, or otherwise you have to return false, right? So don't worry, I have written the dry run, right? For example, I'm taking n value as 5. I'm taking n value as 5, and the array elements are 3, -1, -2, 4, and -4, right? So initially we are having this setup, right? N is equal to 5 and the array. And when I is equal to 0, right? For the subarray, we have to get 3 loops, right? And first loop is I, second loop is j, and the third loop is k, right? So initially I value is 0, and j value is 0, and k value is also 0, right? So I'm taking the sum value also, right? So you have to add the subarray, right? So that's why I'm taking sum is equal to 0, right? So when I is equal to 0, j is equal to 0, and k is equal to 0, I got 3, right? So this is the index. This is the index, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these are the indexes, right? And the index 0, we got 3, right? So that's why when I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0 and k is equal to 0, we got 3, right? And we simply add to this sum. We simply add to this sum. So sum plus equal to air of 0. So air of 0 is 3, right? Initially sum is 0 and 0 plus 3, which is 3. So the sum is 3, right? Here sum is not equal to 0, right? So we want, right, any subarray which is sum is equal to 0, right? So then only we have to return true, or otherwise we have to return false, right? So in this case, we did not got 0. Next we have to continue to next j, right? Here we are having 0, right? Now we have to increment j value, right? So after incrementing, right, we got a j is equal to 1, right? So again sum is equal to 0, right? Sorry, sum is equal to, right? Sorry, sum is equal to 0, right? So in this iteration we got 3, right? So this is a separate subarray, right? So that's why I'm taking fresh sum is equal to 0. And here we are having j is equal to 1, right? And k is equal to 0, right? When k is equal to 0, I got 3. I will add to the sum. So the sum will be 3. And again, the k value will be incremented, right? So why? Because j is 1. J is 1. So why k should travel until 1 only? K should travel until 1 only, right? So in the previous program, which I have explained in the sub array, so k is traversed until j only, right? K is traversed until j only. So if you don't watch the previous video of mine, could you please watch that video so that you can understand what I'm saying, right? So j should be traversed until k, right? So that's why when j is equal to 1, the k should be traveled until 1. So when k is equal to 0, I got 3. When k is equal to 1, I got 2. Sorry. Yes. When k is equal to 0, I got 3. And k is equal to 1, I got minus 1. Right? So 3 minus 1, which is 2. The finally sum is 2. And again, sum is not equal to 0. And again, j value will be incremented. Right? Now j is equal to 2. Again, sum value will be 0 again. And you have to travel until 2. Right? When k is equal to 0, I got 3. When k is equal to 1, I got minus 1. Right? And when k is equal to 2, I got minus 2. By adding all these things, we got 0. Right? This is plus 3. And minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. And plus 3 minus 3 is 0. Right? So finally we got the 0. Sum is equal to 0. So that's why we have to return true. So what is the subarray? 3, minus 1 and minus 2 is the subarray which got me the sum is 0 and we got a return true. Right? I hope you understand. So whenever you got 0 when you add subarray, so then you have to return true. Right? If you don't find any subarray which sum is 0, then you have to return false. Right? I hope you understand. So now I'll just write here. Right? I hope you understand the problem statement. Right? So I'll just write the code. Import java.util.star. Right? So here I will write public static void main string args. Right? You have to open the main function. So here you have to write scanner sc is equal to new scanner system.in. Right? So I'll take int n is equal to sc.next int and int arr of square brackets is equal to new int of size n. Right? And I'll take a for loop which starts from I is equal to 0, I less than and I plus plus. And I'll open the for loop and arr of I is equal to sc dot next int. Right? So now I will just pass the function. Right? So I'll just print here println, and here I will write function which is sum equal to 0. Right? So in this function I will pass n value and the arr. Right? I'll pass this function and I will print the output. If it is true, it will print true. If it is false, it will print false. Right? So now here I will write the function which is public static boolean. Right? So we have to return boolean, and the function name is sum equal to 0, and here I will take int n comma int n comma, so int square brackets and the arr. Right? I'll just open the for loop. Right? So here I have to write the first for loop which is I starts from I is equal to 0, I less than n and I plus plus. Right? So and I will take another for loop say is equal to I. Right? J is equal to I and j should be less than n and j plus plus. Right? And here you have to write int sum is equal to 0. Right? So here you have to write int, and here you have to finally write the k for loop which starts from k is equal to I, k less than or equal to j and k plus plus, right? So in the previous class also we have written this same for loop, right? But we have just added this sum, right? So sum plus r equal to AR of k, right? So each time you'll get the sum, right? I hope you understand, right? Here the first I is equal to 0 and j is equal to I, which is 0, right? And k is also I, which is equal to 0, right? In the first term you'll get 3, right? As I told you, in first term you'll get 3, right? And the sum is not equal to 0. And the second iteration you'll get 2, and 2 is also not equal to 0, right? And third iteration you'll get 0, right? By adding all the subarray, right? I hope you understand, right? So here you have to write the condition. If, right, if sum is equal to 0, then you have to return true. You have to return true, or you have to come out of this for loops and you have to return false, right? I hope you understand, right? So each time it will check all the subarrays, right? Each time it will check all the subarrays, and it will check, after checking one subarray, it will check if sum is equal to 0, then it will return true, right? When you don't find any subarray which sum is equal to 0, then finally you will get false, right? I hope you understand. So whatever the previous problem, like previous class which I have explained, the same problem I'm explaining here. The simple thing is I have written sum here and I am adding the sum and I'm calculating the sum. The sum is equal to 0 or not. If it is 0, then I will return true. If it is not, I will return false. Right? I hope you understand. So I'll just run this program. Right? There is no errors. So first I'll give n value is 5 and the values are 3 minus 1 minus 2 4 and minus 4, right? The output should be true, right? Why? Because in the subarray we got sum is equal to 0, right? Right? So the answer should be true, right? I hope you understand. We got true. Why? Because we got subarray which sum is equal to 0, this thing, right? So that's why we got true, right? I hope you understand this problem, and if you have any doubts in this class, just please comment in the chat. I will definitely help you out. And if you think this video is helpful for you, then please like the video and please share this video to your friends and family members so that they can be benefited from this video. And please do subscribe to my channel and please ring the bell icon. Then only you'll get the notification whenever I upload videos in the YouTube, or otherwise you will not get the notification. Thank you, friends. Jai Hind.